Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect save.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor. It's time for Dodger baseball. First stretch of home run.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers win.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
Grand slam. It's a double for Freddie. Magic.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. What is up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers complete the epic comeback, their largest ninth-inning comeback in franchise history. The Dodgers trailing 11. They're trailing 9-4 entering the ninth inning. They end up scoring 7 runs in the ninth. They win by a final score of 11-9. So much to get into here on this one, and let's see 1 second here.
Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect save.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back.
It's time for Dodger baseball. First stretch of home run.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers win.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
Grand slam. It's a double for Freddie. Magic.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. What is up, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for joining us after the Dodgers complete the comeback, the largest ninth-inning comeback in Los Angeles Dodgers franchise history. Down 5 runs entering that ninth inning, down 9-4. You get a grand slam from Jason Hayward, a 3-run shot by Teoscar Hernandez. The Dodgers win by a final score of 11-9. Your boys in blue improved to 46-29, now 9 games up of the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League West. And yes, this was the lowly Rockies. Yes, this was a Rockies team that's in the last place, 25-48. Yes, Coors Field hitting there is like bowling with the bumpers on. We understand that, but still an epic win for the Dodgers. They did not give up at-bats. They overcame a rough outing for Walker Buehler, which we're going to break down. I have some thoughts on that as well. But this team is showing that, look, we're going to pick up the slack with Mookie Betts out. And Ohtani hit the longest home run of the year. He hits a moonshot to deep center field. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Miguel Vargas. Just a lot of things to get into in this epic comeback. Your Dodgers win by a final score of 11-9. You had Buehler goes 4 innings, allowed 7 runs on 7 hits, just 2 strikeouts. The command was off the entire outing. If you look at where the catcher was set up on pitches down the way, he goes up and in, and all of his fastballs were leaking out over the plate. The knuckle curve just didn't have success with that. How about, though, Michael Peterson, 6'7", 195 pounds, from England. He gets the win tonight. Michael Peterson, in his Dodgers debut, struggled a little bit in that first inning. He got a walk and a hit, and then he comes back and he retired the side in order in the next inning, the 8th inning there. So we're going to talk about that. Evan Phillips picks up the save, his 11th of the season. But what a night for your Los Angeles Dodgers. This was the win of the year. What a game. And, of course, we're going to do some rewind, but, of course, the moment of the game was Mr. Clutch for this team, Teoscar Hernandez, down to his last strike. You had Bud Black getting ejected from the game after a non-call on the check swing by Lance Barksdale. Bud Black is furious. He's saying, F this, F that. He's losing his mind in the Rockies dugout. And I think it's one of those calls where it was truly a half swing. He tried to hold up there. The Dodgers get the benefit of the doubt. They benefit from that non-call. Could have ended the game. I think it's one of those plays right there where if you're a Dodgers fan, you say, check this swing. If you're a Rockies fan, you're pounding your fist, you're yelling that the game should be over. But nonetheless, he steps up and he hits a 3-run shot. That puts the Dodgers up 11-9 in the 9th.
2. Fly ball, right field, hit deep, debut, gone! Teo, a hero! The Dodgers lead!
Teoscar Hernandez coming through again for this team. What can you say about Teoscar Hernandez? This is exactly what they had hoped he would be. Someone who destroys left-handed pitching. Someone who's also very effective against righties and go up there in a big spot and a big at-bat and come through. Teoscar Hernandez now 18 home runs on the season, hitting .255 with a 135 weighted runs created plus. Teoscar Hernandez is everything the Dodgers had hoped he would be, and then some. He's exceeded expectations. He's a gamer. He's a glue guy. He's beloved by his teammates, a great energy guy, great in that clubhouse. Extend Teoscar Hernandez. What are you waiting for? Throw that $80+ million contract his way and see if he signs it. But I'm so hyped for this win because, look, this is a Dodgers team that almost has to find a little bit of a new identity for the next 6 to 8 weeks. I think it's to be closer to 8 weeks than it is to 6 weeks with Mookie Betts out. And guys are going to have to pick up the slack, and they did that in a big way today. Jason Hayward home run. You had a Miguel Vargas RBI double. I mean, Miguel Rojas, he gets a base hit there in the 9th inning, and now the Dodgers are 21-0. 21-0 on the year when Miguel Rojas gets a base hit. And he, of course, he made it happen there in the 9th. So we're going to break this down in depth, but let me get your thoughts, guys. What is your reaction? I want to read a ton of comments here, guys. The ups and downs, smiles and frowns. We celebrate all things Dodger baseball, and when we're mad about things, we definitely let it all out. But I think it's going to be a positive show, at least until we get to Walker Buehler. But hell of a comeback from Julia Tafoya over on YouTube. What a game, what a win. That's definitely a comment of the show right there. Definitely was a great win. BC says great comeback. Hello, D-Mac from Blue Powerlight Orb. By the way, if you have not yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. The Dodgers number one Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. Subscribe to it and also comment Go Tani down below. Comment Go Tani down below so you're eligible for all of our latest giveaways, and that's the most important thing. You want to be eligible for those, and definitely give me all your takes on today's game. Time to trade Mookie. LOL. Okay, that's the biggest bruh of the night. Fire Roberts. He's the only manager in baseball that shows that much emotion after homer. I see legend of Miggy Rowe from Joseph Megazzeni. What up, Joseph Megazzeni? A Dodgers Nation post-game show day one. That's definitely gets you a fire take. Yo, Doug. What up, D-Mac from Ghost Bear? I don't care what anyone says. I love Miggy Rowe. Miggy the Magician. Extend Teoscar. Teo is that dude. We got Cowboy firing. J-Hay doing it like the Say Hey kid. What a comeback, baby. Yeah, R.I.P. to the great Willie Mays. $10 super chat from Ryan Montez. What up, Doug? I knew this would happen. Hey, you called it. Good luck, Charm. We got who saw the end of the Padres game? V-Track. Buehler will be fine. Discount Coors Field. He's a competitor and has velocity. He will dominate once again. BC, Buehler 5.84 ERA equals Thor-esque. We're going to talk about Buehler. I know you guys have a lot to say, so before you start breaking things down, we got clutchest dude in the world. That's from Carnesher Ja. Alex, I'm helping 10 people. Okay, we got Buehler is toast. So you guys definitely are down on Walker Buehler. And a lot of you want to talk about, so we got great comeback win. Ohtani is midday news here in Japan right now. Yeah, I mean, how about Shohei Ohtani? I mean, Shohei Ohtani, like I said on the morning show today, Ohtani is full-blown in June Tani mode. And June is by far Shohei Ohtani's best month, and that's the month where he really starts to take off. He has an OPS over 1,100 for his career in the month of June, and you're starting to see him take off. You're starting to see more home runs. You're starting to see that lower body continue to stay dug into the ground. They've been worried about just kind of his feet and just staying sound mechanically with his lower half, and you're starting to see that once again, and that's when you start to see him shine, is when he's hitting home runs to dead center field. Tonight, he crossed a 476 home run. It was the longest home run in 2024 in Major League Baseball, longest home run of the year, and it was an absolute moonshot. I mean, Shohei Ohtani hits that off of Austin Gomber, the ace of the Rockies, and let's take a look at that bomb. It was the top of the sixth inning, a 7-2 game. Ohtani absolutely just crushed this into another orbit.
Fly ball, center field, way up there, way back there, and way out of here. Dead central for Shohei Ohtani. That's number 20 of the season.
20th jack of the year for Shohei Ohtani. Like I said earlier, unfortunately, Mookie Betts, his MVP run is most likely going to end, and I think that opened the door for Shohei Ohtani to win that MVP, and I think that he puts up these numbers. He's going to become the first DH in Major League Baseball history to win that award. Big bro Hayward coming through. Hayward's pinch hit grand slam at bat. So many people want to bury Roberts for negatives, but won't give him credit for pinch hitting there. Yeah, it's definitely the right move, and it paid off. D-Mac, this was more exciting than Teo the Magnificent. How about them Dodgers? Mike M. Yes, I give Roberts credit for pinch hitting Hayward, but we are talking about CT3. How hard was that? Hey, CT hit a triple early in this game. A 999 super chat. Been way too long since I was able to catch you live, but I catch up every morning. Thank you for getting through my mornings. Hey, appreciate you. Put this for your next pair of Jordans for a shoey. Trevor Ellis, that means a lot. You get a comment on the show for that. And this is definitely shoey worthy. So I owe you guys a shoey. I might be able to do it tomorrow. I'm going to be in Rancho checking out Clayton Kershaw's rehab start for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. So we'll be giving you some content from there. We might be able to go live from there too. So I owe you a shoey. This is going to be for you, Trevor Ellis. Can't do it right now. I don't have any. I mean, you guys don't want to see a water shoey. That's no fun, right? But I got you guys with the shoey. This definitely is worth it. D-Mac, good evening, sir. Go Tani, go Tani. Coors Field was all blue. You heard the Let's Go Dodgers chants, right? Let's go Dodgers. They were loud and proud at the end of the game there. And, yeah, that's what happens when you have the best fans in baseball, and that's what you guys are. Props to Miggy for keeping the inning extended. That's from Mr. Seabat. Extend Teoscar. I was beyond impressed. Yeah, let's start right there in the ninth inning. And then, well, let's start the whole thing. Let's go right at the beginning because you want to talk about Walker Buehler. And keep firing away with your comments. So I'm going to try to read as many comments as I possibly can tonight. We got Bilal K. I was beyond impressed. Sean Allen winning for Mookie. LA for life. D-Mac, the best Dodger channel. Let's go. Let's go. We got Joe Pulliam Mathis. Nice to see the Dodgers on the other side of the umpires' failures. Yeah, the Dodgers, they were trying to make up for not having Mookie Betts out there. Felt like the umpires were trying to make up for not having Angel Hernandez as an umpire anymore, quite frankly, because the umpiring was bad. The non-timeout call, I mean, Alex Vesia should have ended the game on a strike, and he had to continue. He had to go to Evan Phillips and have him slam the door shut. So I agree. It was definitely not a well-umpired game, and it's kind of more of the same. We're kind of numb to it at this point, but doesn't make it any easier. Danny Cortez, Vargas, and Pages having good at-bats, taking walks instead of swinging for air. Bo Cruz, where would some of our players be if the Dodgers decide to keep Bellinger and Seager? Delirium, unreal, exhilarating, euphoric. I imagine this is what taking opioids is like. That's a little bit of a bruh, but also give you a fire take too. Walker needs to be sent down. We got Dodgers Z Showtime fans. They're not going to do that. They're going to continue to allow him to find his command at the big league level. They're not going to jump the gun on any potential Walker Buehler send down or anything like that. But look, this Walker Buehler has struggled in Coors Field. I mean, tonight it would tie a career high in the most runs he's served up was 7. Well, where did he have that career high? It was at Coors Field. I mean, Coors Field is a difficult place to pitch. Not only does the ball fly, sometimes it's hard to find the feel for your breaking stuff. And I think that is really what the issue was for Walker Buehler. I mean, primarily, he just could not find the command. If you want to be the man, you have to have the command. But there were just so many storylines tonight, it's almost like you forget about the rough outing. I mean, Jay Hayes' grand slam, Teoscar's 3-run bomb, Peterson's first career win in his MLB debut. Okay, so there was a lot of good to unpack from this, and unfortunately, we do have to talk about the good and the bad and the ugly, and I think you look at Barksdale, too. Shout out to Barksdale. You get a little Lance Barksdale not calling that check swing, giving Teoscar that check swing, not saying he went around, so give him credit right there. And, yeah, this Dodgers team, they come back down 5 runs, and they win. We got a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Hey, D-Mac. From Halliburton, we got the butane is out of gas. That's from Mike M. Buehler will get better. We got Alex Oliveira, Extend Teo, and Miggy Rowe. Beer Sama. All those super chats better go into Teoscar Hernandez extension. You know they all do. They're all going to Teoscar Hernandez extension because, look, I don't care if they have to have 50,000 Shohei Ohtani bobblehead nights. You have to bring back Teoscar Hernandez. I'm not sure that this team, I doubt that they envisioned that this was going to be a long-term situation, but he's the perfect fit for this team. Aduhum says, Mookie getting some time off will be a blessing in disguise come playoff time. Front office will make moves. A $4.99 super chat. Appreciate this, man. Jeez, you guys are making it rain out there. Best fans in the game. What up, Dodgers fan? What IB stroking in Japan? They call Ohtani the June man, since that's usually when his stats get better. Knock on wood. We got some Go-Tanis from Think Blue _495. Josh Garcia, I think Walker Buehler is still hurt somewhat. I don't think it's that. I think that when you look at Walker Buehler, right, and let's jump into it, because Walker Buehler, he had his worst start since coming back from the injury, and it's difficult to put it all together when you're coming back, not after your first, but your second Tommy John surgery. So it's already hard enough to come back after your first Tommy John surgery, but doing it after your second, well, that's an even taller task. And it's not just the velocity, because if you want to find a silver lining in Walker Buehler, is the velocity. It was down a tick tonight. The yearly average is 95.6 miles per hour on his four-seam fastball. Tonight, though, he averaged 94.6. So it was down. It's down on the cutter, but it's really just the command. And the issue with Walker Buehler is he's just not hitting his spots, and he's just not executing pitches when he needs to. And Walker will be the first one to tell you that. And it's unfortunate because this is just a part of the process of making your way back from any injury and any time you miss significant time. So would you rather have this happen now while the Dodgers are up 9 games in the National League West? Would you rather do this now when you can evaluate and assess what you do have? And that way, if you do feel the need to go out there and pursue another starting pitcher, let's say you go out there and possibly make a play on a Garrett Crochet of the Chicago White Sox or a Jesus Luzardo of the Miami Marlins. This is the time of year when you have to be honest with yourself and assess your needs. And if you do have to go to market to make a move, well, at the very least, you're going to know what what your internal options are capable of. And I think if you're the Dodgers right now, you look at Walker Buehler and you say, look, we love you, man. You were great for this organization. You've been awesome. We're going to still allow you to pitch, and we want you to go out, and every time it's your turn in the rotation, we expect you to go out there and compete and give you an opportunity to go 5, 6, hopefully 7 innings. But when the postseason rolls around, you're just not going to guarantee him one of those spots. And look, there's a lot of talent, a lot of depth in this starting rotation. You just lost Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You have to hope that he returns. The rotator cuff injury, those are always tricky, so there's no guarantee that he's going to come back, and you just have to always just think positively. But with Walker Buehler, he's definitely going to be fighting for his opportunity to have a role for this team. And you look early on in this game, and bottom of the first inning, he hits Blackman with the pitch, and he had Blackman down 0-2 in the hole, and he hits him with the cutter, and he was just missing with that cutter. He was missing glove side, and that really just set the inning off, because then Doyle, he singled. That gave the Rockies runners on first and third. Then that brings up Tovar, and he falls behind the count to Tovar. Second pitch, you wanted that sinker on the edge, and it just absolutely leaks middle. And Tovar, he doubles to right. That scores the Rockies' first run of the evening. It makes it 1-0 Rockies early. And the very next hitter, 0-1 pitch, McMahon doubled to center. That scored 2 more Rockies. That made it 3-0 early. So just like that, he's down in the counts, and he's given up runs early on. And that's definitely something you want to avoid if you're Walker Buehler. And then a couple batters later, Jonas, he hits a sac fly. That gives the Rockies 4 runs. So Jones hits the sac fly. They go up 4-0 early on. You're like, okay, this could be a laugher. They get 4 runs on 3 hits just to start things off. And then top of the second inning, I think this was really important. In the grand scheme of things, this could have gotten really ugly. Andy Pages, second inning, first pitch, changeup, middle of the plate, he crushes it. The Dodgers get their first run. It makes it 4-1. And then you jump to that bottom of the second. He strikes out Cave with the first strikeout of the game. He gets the punch out with the cutter. And then Trejo, he singled to center. Montero, he hits for Blackman. And then Montero, on a 2-2 count, he crushes a 410-foot home run. That made it 6-1 Rockies early on. Montero had the lowest OPS for qualified hitters in Major League Baseball, and you gave up a 3-run shot. And then Doyle, he reached on an infield single. Tovar, he struck him out swinging, and then McMahon, he lined to left. So the Dodgers down 6-1. So, yeah, he just wasn't sharp. Unfortunately, he was not sharp, and that really is the issue with Walker Buehler, is right now he just doesn't look like anything near what we saw a few years ago, right? When he was establishing himself as one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. And I think he can be serviceable. I don't think that this is it for Walker Buehler or anything like that. I think they're going to give him the opportunity to work his way through this, because the velocity is still respectable, and it's difficult to pitch at Coors Field. I kind of saw this one coming, and it's unfortunate, but still, I think that with Walker Buehler, you definitely have your concerns. I mean, it's definitely to the point where if everyone's healthy, you have to have the conversation. Does Walker Buehler deserve a spot over Gavin Stone right now? No. Would he deserve a spot over Bobby Miller? We'll see how Miller pitches, but Bobby could already eclipse him as well. James Paxton just had a solid start in the same ballpark where Buehler struggled, and then Kershaw has looked really good in the sim games. He continues to take steps forward, and look, you can never have enough starting pitching, but I think that Buehler, you definitely want to have him continue to work his way through this. But it was definitely a concerning outing for Walker Buehler on the night. But give me your Buehler takes. Do you guys think that he can recover? Do you think that it's going to take some time? I still believe in butane. I truly do. I think that right when he returned, I warned you guys, okay, you got to recalibrate those expectations. It was Buehler's day off last season, so you're not going to just get that all back. But Bradley Kimps is paid Teoscar at the end of the season, paid pay players too much too soon. They start sucking. Not a bad point. D-Mac saying some of these usernames is so unhinged. LOL. I don't know what to say. I guess I'll say IBS. Jonas Bass, can't trust Walker. Life journey for next year. Resign Buehler, resign Fried, or sign Roki. I mean, Roki is the top choice right there. It's not even a question because Roki is someone you would get on a minor league deal, right? You would get him for less than $5 million, an international signing bonus pool fee, and after that, you give him that, and he blossoms into a potential ace. But I also think too, you could look to get a Garrett Crochet. It's another lefty. I'd have him over Fried as far as giving Fried $100+ million in free agency. But Teo for life. Josh Garcia, no movement on the fastball though. Yeah, the movement, the spin rate. I mean, it's just not the same fastball that we saw a couple years ago. That electric 98-mile-per-hour fastball with the four-seam perceived rise. That spin rate was high. And yeah, I mean, the spin rate was up 69 RPM on the four-seam tonight, but it just doesn't have that same electricity, that same life. Buehler doesn't intimidate hitters like he previously did, right? It used to be a very intimidating at-bat to face Buehler just because of how electric that fastball was and how he could use that knuckle curve, how he could use that cutter. He is changing to someone who gets you into games and can pitch around guys, but also pitch to contact as well. And just two strikeouts for Buehler. Also is 14 for 21 on first pitch strikes. And he ends up with 3 swings and misses. 3 swings and misses on the night. I mean, that is not very impressive, to say the least, if you're Walker Buehler. So the beauty of this, though, I kind of want to wrap things up with Buehler, is that the thing with Walker Buehler is no one is going to hold himself to a higher standard than him. No one is going to say, okay, we need to either adapt or adjust, but we're not going to say, okay, I'm just going to not be truthful with myself. That was the issue with Noah Syndergaard, right? No, Noah Syndergaard thought he was someone he's not. Whereas Walker Buehler, he understands the evolution of his pitching and what he needs to do to be successful and effective. But yeah, unfortunately, he's just not being the guy that we saw. And I think that's kind of the issue with Buehler too, is he set the bar so high. The standard that he set was extremely high, and that's kind of what you hold him to. No one thinks of him as a guy. His ERA now is at 5.84. And the big issue with Walker Buehler is the home runs. The home runs for Buehler are catastrophic, and that's really something you have to avoid in the postseason, right? Home runs can change an entire series. He gave the home run in the second to Montero. He gave the home run over there to Doyle of Buehler. So I mean, look, it's just not getting it done. It's not pretty, and he needs to figure some things out. And really, it starts with command. Don't focus on the velocity. Remember, if you want to be the man, you have to have the command. He's got to make pitches. He's got to hit his spots. I mean, we can go as deep as you want, but it's really as simple as that for Buehler. And I just think for him, it's really just about not rushing the at-bat, staying pitch for pitch, because you can almost feel him thinking about what is going to be the pitch to kind of put this hitter away, and it feels like he's almost getting ahead of himself on certain sequences. Whereas, look, you just got to execute one pitch at a time, and when you see some of these knuckle curves and four-seam fastballs just running out over the plate, it just kind of lets you know that mechanically it's just not there right now, and the feel is just not there right now. But I'm not saying he's cooked, but I do think that Walker Buehler, I mean, look, he has to really make a statement if he wants to be on this postseason roster. And you can't pitch like this for the rest of the season and think you're going to have a spot on that roster just because of the pitch you were a couple of seasons ago. I mean, Walker Buehler, this tied 7 runs, that was a career worst. But I also want to point out that in 2019, he was still really good. And on 6/27/2019 at Coors Field, he also gave up 7 runs. So, yeah, I mean, 8 starts, a 5.84 ERA. You would hope for a little better than that. But let's keep it moving here. Let's keep breaking this one down. Biggest comeback for the Dodgers this year. Biggest ninth inning comeback in LA Dodgers franchise history. In Dodgers franchise history. So, I mean, unbelievable. An unbelievable display of grit, an unbelievable display of fight. This is from Codify. I want to read some tweets here. The last 327 road teams who were down by 5 runs after 8 innings ended up losing the game because, of course, they did. The Dodgers broke that streak against the Rockies tonight. So the last 327 road teams who were down by 5 runs after 8 innings, they lost that game. Not your Los Angeles Dodgers. Miggy Rose said no. Jay Hayes said no. Shohei said no. Ohtani said no. Okay. The umpire said no to Will Smith when he asked for time. Okay. And then how about this from OptaStats? The Dodgers are the first team in MLB history to hit both a grand slam and a 3-run home run while trailing in the 9th inning or later in the same game. So it was just unbelievable. I mean, the fact that you're trailing by 4 runs right away, right? And then you're trailing by 5 runs after 2 frames. More often than not, you're going to lose that game. The win probability that the Rockies had entering the 9th inning was a 95% win probability. They were thinking to stop the count. Not the Dodgers, though. They fought back and they won this one. I think it was a big-time character-building win for the Los Angeles Dodgers because they hit some home runs. Dodgers hit some home runs. Andy Pages hit a bomb. Shohei hit a bomb in the 5th. It was his 5th in his last 8 games. 5 home runs in his last 8 games for Shohei Ohtani. So let's keep breaking this one down. Let's do some more comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show, the #1 Dodgers postgame show here on YouTube. Roberts managed as well for the 4th time in 1,200 games. Soft fans worship the accomplishment. That is from DS. Go Tani. Joan Walker needs Jesus right now. Okay, let's pump the brakes. Yes, I still believe in Buehler too. That's from Alex. That's a fire take from Alex over there. Buehler may come back, but this year he's a 5.6 ERA pitcher at best. Diego Torres, we got the BC. That's from Best. The Dodgers are the first team in MLB history to hit both a grand slam and a 3-run home run while trailing in the 9th inning. Yeah, definitely. We got Buehler needs a day off. Mike M. It's a fire take. I'm going to give you a bro, and I'm going to give a fire take for that one. He'll be ready for the playoffs. There is a world where if the velocity remains and he can pump 97, if he can just find the command, I do think there's a universe where he can have a role for this team in the postseason. But the point I was trying to make is they're not just going to give it to him because of who he was, okay? We've learned that for this Dodgers team. This is the same Dodgers team that non-tendered Cody Bellinger, that didn't bring back Justin Turner, that did make some brash. They found a way to make some bold moves, and I don't think that that's above them. I think that they're focused on winning, and if Walker Buehler is a pitcher that gives them the best chance to win and is one of the best 13 pitchers on the roster at that point, he'll definitely be on this team. No more faith in Skinny Pants Buehler. That's from Jay Wynn. Walker going to be fired down the stretch. That's from Hugo Valise. We got Nelson and Karos fire. David Ginzo. Yeah, we got Give Roki the bag. We got deep fried beans. I wouldn't say I believe in him, but I definitely think he needs more of a chance. Rosemary Rodriguez. It's going to take a while for Buehler to get it going. You have to have patience. Remember, not his first Tommy John, his second. Okay, this was just his 8th start. So he's going to be fine. I just don't think that you can hope that he's going to be a #1 or #2 guy at this stage, at least for this season. I think you just have to recalibrate expectations. I don't think that he's Noah Syndergaard like a lot of people are saying. He's not that. Mitchell Hopkins, at the end of the day, I think Buehler has earned a spot in the rotation. His pass is so strong, and he's on his 2nd Tommy John. If the Dodgers still have the lead in the NL West, he should start. Jason, R.I.P. Willie Mays. Yeah, Willie Mays was Vin Scully's favorite player, my granddad's favorite player. I think Willie Mays absolutely, if he's not, he's on a short list of guys that you consider to be the GOAT, along with the Babe Ruths of the world, the Willie Mays of the world. It's a table that does not have a lot of chairs at it. Willie Mays is clearly, without question, undoubtedly one of the best players to ever play the game, if not the best. I would make the case that he is. I would argue that he is. I mean, 24 All-Star games in his career, just the consistency. Willie Mays is absolutely, in my opinion, the GOAT. I know it's tough to say that as a Giant. But it's tough to say that as a Giant, but you got to give credit where credit's due. You got to give credit where credit's due. And Willie Mays, just the way he could run the bases, the way he could play defense, the way he could hit. I mean, this guy, when you look at a baseball player and all the tools that you need to be an elite baseball player, he had every single tool you could ever want and then some. I mean, he's the only player to have 50 home runs and 20 triples in a season, right? So he had the power and the speed. So 12 Gold Gloves. I mean, Willie Mays, unbelievable. Just an incredible legend and icon. And yeah, Vin Scully's favorite player. It's pretty much all you need to say. Alex Renteria, D-Mac, great comeback, but Buehler is clearly not there yet. Not sure if he'll get there this season. Save that bag. Triple A Buehler. Wow, you guys are going hard. Miguel Vargas looking good. Will he have a spot in the playoff roster? I think that with Miguel Vargas, this is a big opportunity for him, and I don't think there's that much pressure on him as well. So I think he's in a good spot because he's not the guy that's supposed to be this number one prospect, the guy that they had their runway for at second base last season, right? As a top prospect that they thought, okay, he's going to be the second coming, the next big farmhand that was going to come up and produce. Now it's more like, okay, Mookie Betts is out, bring it back Miguel Vargas, right? Because Vargas, he was 5 for 20 before getting called back up, and he played a pivotal role in tonight's comeback because Miguel Vargas was a big reason why they were starting to put up some more runs in this one. And I think when you look at Vargas and what he's been able to accomplish as a player, I mean, you look at top of the 5th inning, he singled to left, and Taylor grounded into that double play, but 7th inning, Pages starts that inning. He strikes out swinging. Rojas strikes out swinging. Kike Hernandez draws a 4-pitch walk. Dodgers down 8-4, or Dodgers down 8-3 at this point. And Vargas on a 1-0 count, he crushes the double to left. Kike scores from first, and that makes it 8-4. And there you go. You get the scoring back up. And you're really saying, okay, we got to make things interesting. This is Coors Field. Anything can happen. And then you jump to the bottom of the 7th inning. They have the sacrifice fly to make it 9-4, so they get their run back. And then you jump all the way to that 9th inning. So we're going to start that 9th inning breakdown right now. Pages, he draws that leadoff walk. Great at bat for Andy Pages, a 7-pitch at bat. Then Miguel Rojas steps to the plate, 1-0 count. He hits a 96-mile-per-hour Kinley four-seam fastball on the inner half, just hits it to right, doesn't have a high exit velocity, right? It wasn't some scorched baseball that modern-day baseball just, you always want to see hard contact, how many barrels you're getting. Guess what? In the box score, that's going to show up as a base hit, right? That's going to show up as a base hit, as it's going to look like a line drive. It doesn't matter what it is. Miguel Rojas' single was 72.6 miles per hour off the bat, but had a 980 expected batting average. That really put the wheels in motion. Was really the first time you started thinking, okay, something's happening here. You know, the Dodgers, before this, they were 20-0 when he had a hit. Well, there you go. Let's put this to test right here. Let's see if he is truly the Dodgers' good luck charm. And the Dodgers set themselves up nicely with runners on first and third. Kike, he strikes out swinging for their first out. Miguel Vargas, another quality at bat, not chasing at pitches out of the zone, forcing pitchers to execute pitches in the zone. He draws a walk on 7 pitches. That loads the bases. Dave Roberts elects to pinch hit for Chris Taylor. In comes Jason Hayward. Jason Hayward, another fantastic at bat. It wasn't just the hits, it was the at bat quality for the Dodgers tonight. You saw a lot of deep counts. You saw them fouling off tough pitches to get to a better pitch to hit. And during this at-bat, Jason Hayward, Dodgers down 9-4, 6th pitch of the at-bat. He sees a slider on the inner half. He turns on it for a grand slam.
Another 2-2. Hayward rockets the ball to right field. That ball's deep. It's off the foul pole and gone. The Dodgers ain't dead yet. It's 9-8.
So there you have it. Jason Hayward, he crushes the grand slam. And then, okay, 9-8. you got Vodnik to come in to face Shohei Ohtani. 1-1 count, Ohtani. He singles to left, give the Dodgers a base runner. And then you got the clutch prince, Will Smith, up 3-1 the count. Then he fouled off the pitch. And then on the 3-2, he calls for time, does not get it, and ends up getting rung up, taking strike 3, looking for the second out. Ohtani was able to get to second on a wild pitch by Vodnik, and that really changed things because the wild pitch, that, of course, led to Freddie Freeman at the plate. You know they don't want to do a mess with Freddie Freeman, so they intentionally walk him. That set the stage for Teoscar Hernandez. Show some respect for Teoscar Hernandez. Yes, Freddie Freeman's one of the best hitters of his generation, but Teoscar Hernandez has been the most clutch Dodger. At least that's how it feels because of the spots that he has come up in. We saw against the Yankees. We saw today. Teoscar Hernandez is not afraid of the bright lights, and yes, it's the Rockies, but still a big spot. And Teoscar Hernandez, he hits a 3-run shot to put the Dodgers up 11-9. The Dodgers get 7 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Then you jump to the bottom of the 9th inning. And Teoscar's in left. They have Lux at second. Hayward's in right. McMahon grounds out to short. Toglia grounds to short for the second out. And then Jones with Vesia, he calls that pitch a ball on the 5th pitch of the at-bat that's supposed to be a strike. He walks him there. It felt like a little bit of a makeup call, maybe for the check swing. And then Evan Phillips comes in and he locks it down. He struck out Goodman's swing to end the game. But really what the game came down to, the moment of the game was the non-call on Teoscar Hernandez. The 4th pitch of the at-bat. They rule that Teoscar holds up his swing. It almost made me think about Wilmer Flores from a couple years ago in the NLDS. Well, guess what? The very second pitch of the at-bat, he crushes a 100-mile-per-hour fastball right down Broadway for a grand slam. Dodgers get the dub. And look, I know that Rockies fans, if there are any at this point, are going to be crying about the no call there on the check swing. But guess what? You give up 5 runs, right? You give up 7, you blow a 5-run lead, and you give up 7 runs, and you give up a grand slam and a 3-run shot, and you have a wild pitch, you give up a single. I mean, you give up a base hit to Miguel Rojas. You had a lot of opportunities to seal this deal. You had a 95% win probability. So I don't want to hear any excuses, okay? You blew this game, and also the Dodgers, with their grit, with their quality of bats, they just ripped this one and won this game. So, yeah, player of the game has to go to, this is a tough one. Who you guys have as your player of the game? Who's your Dodgers dog of the game?
Dodger dog of the game.
We got the Buehler will get back to old once he learns to sweat spider tack from his fingertips. That's a bruh. No D-Mac. He was not the GOAT. Great player, though. Alex ran through. We can have that debate if you want. We got J-Kid, 323. Offense and defense better without Mookie Betts. I would not say offense, but we got Koufax was great, but his career was too short for GOAT status. We got $30 super chat from my guy Eddie Chavez. Teo, daylight coming. The Rockies gotta go home. Oh, that's a fire. That's a comment of this show. From Eddie Chavez. Balauke, Teoscar, and Soto would be a great outfield. Mark Ortega. Go Tani, Dodgers Nation to the bleed blue crew in the house. Raul Navarre, I think Buehler might be better off in the pen or on the IL. So, look, I think if he struggles for the next couple starts, maybe you can envision a situation where you hit the reset button, you take a step back, and you try to see if you can lock down some of these mechanical issues, if you're having any, some of these feel issues, if you're having any, and then you can kind of revisit that. They're not going to allow him to just get absolutely smoked out there. And like I said, the big issue with Walker Buehler is the home runs. He's just not keeping the ball in the yard. So when you watch Walker Buehler on the mound, you kind of hold your breath anytime you see that ball in the air, because I mean, entering this start, he had a 2.1 home runs per 9, a 2.18 home runs per 9. The highest in his career was actually that 2020 season at 1.72. So the home runs have been an issue. That's a number that is extremely, extremely alarming, because you cannot have that. I mean, for qualified pitchers, Logan Allen of the Cleveland Guardians is at 1.81. So, I mean, if he would qualify, he'd be the leader in that category. You just can't have that if you're Walker Buehler. The home runs are definitely an issue. He had a pair of home runs tonight, and it's unfortunate because he's trying to get himself back to being able to pitch at the big league level in a situation where you just can't avoid going out there and doing it. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, Buehler needs the experience, right? Experience is the currency, and he needs to go out there and fail on a big stage, and it's just really magnified. And I think, too, it's just comparing him to the Buehler that he was. But like I said, I'd rather him struggle now because either he finds it or they find another pitcher, right? I mean, that's just kind of the truth. We got D-Mac's #1 fan, Freeman better give show Teo Ohtani. I like that nickname there. Philip Subia, let's give a shout-out to Mr. Kershaw for the 10-year anniversary of the no-no. Can't wait to see him back. Yeah, I mean, I did a whole entire segment on it today. The thing about Clayton Kershaw, I call it the perfect no-hitter. Hanley on 6, Ramirez. We'll never forgive him for that. But there's been 323 no-hitters in Major League Baseball history. Kersh is the only one to throw one. He has 15 strikeouts, no walks, and no hits. Okay, so it was truly historic. A 102 game score. It's right up there with the best to ever do it. D-Mac, you're the man. Best podcast on YouTube. Thanks, Mark Ortega. Appreciate you for that. You're my Dodger dog of the game. We got Coors Field is a bad place for Miller to come back. Is Pages a slow runner? Pages actually pretty good on the base pass. Looks for MVP of the bench. Outs, that's from Bilal K. Scroll down here, see what else we got. Mookie Outman is the out man. Since Mookie's throwing arm wasn't injured, I'm willing to bet he'll level up his throwing arm during recovery and come back as an elite defensive shortstop. That's from Jay Bullet ETC. I think that's going to be difficult because he was improving, and the reason why he was improving was because he was doing it at the big league level. It's just tough to replicate those situations and try to wire your instincts without that experience. But what did Vesia say to make Doc shake his head after he pulled him? I noticed that too. I don't really know. I'm going to go back and watch the game. I always give it a nice little rewatch after. So yeah, I definitely will give that a rewatch and see if I can pick anything up. Definitely deserves the breakdown treatment. But Keith Vargas in left field. Teo is the Dodgers' best hitter. Smash that like button. Thanks, Bethany Ring. Chris Taylor's dancing the shimmy. Yeah, he did his best at the celly. But I think he needs more experience too. So if you're Chris Taylor, more hits equals more selling. You'll look better doing it. But we got Danny Cortez. Jerry Harrison agreed that Teo didn't go either on that swing. It was really close. I mean, he did a really nice job holding up on the end of it. But still, I mean, you're going to get your calls, and if you're the Colorado Rockies, you blew a 5-run lead. You gave up 7 runs in the 9th inning. You gave up a grand slam. You gave up a 3-run shot. I mean, there's no excuses. But, hey, the Dodgers, I think, definitely benefited, at least for – what's up, Tommy Alvarado? At least that Justin, I cannot read that comment. That's going to be a major bro right there. But yeah, I mean, at the very least, you had to feel good about the fact that they were competing. And even if he gets out on that play, right? Even if he gets called out and the Dodgers don't win, I like the fight and the grit that this team showed tonight. But also, I mean, how about Michael Peterson, man? I mean, Michael Peterson, he comes there in the 7th. He walks Jonas on 7 pitches. He gives up the single to Goodman, and then they get the sac fly off of him. Then he gives up 1 run on the 1 hit in that inning. But 8th inning, strikes out Montero, hitting 97 up in the zone. He punches him out swinging, strikes out Doyle swinging on another 97-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball, and then gets Tovar to ground out to first. So, hey, I'm buying stock in Michael Peterson, man. I'm buying stock in Michael Peterson. I mean, that fastball has life. Not all fastballs are created equal, and yeah, I think the Michael Peterson, hey, I was very, very impressed, especially in that situation. But let me know down below in the comment section, do you think that Teo went on that check swing? Do you think that he went? I mean, it would have been a game-ending strike 3, and, man, it was close. Man, it was close. I mean, look, I don't think it wasn't a swing. It was not a swing, okay? I just don't think it was a swing. And if you look at the still image of it, Let me see if I can pull it up and put it on the screen for you guys. Give me a second here. Damn, it was close. It's one of those things where if they had called it a swing, I don't think that I'd be livid about it. But hey, the Dodgers got a call, right? The Dodgers got a call, and it worked in their favor. But we're going to do a full breakdown of that. But let me see if I can get you guys the video real quick. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. So here's the swing. Super slow-mo.
Yep, he went. Well, got past the hands.
That's pretty close. Here's a still of it. I mean, you see right here. That's as close as you can get. That's as close as you can get. And I think when you look at, I mean, that's an unintentional. It's tough. It's tough because it's tough to determine, really, right? I mean, it's all about, oh, did he go? Did he go? Right? It's not defined in the rule book. It's not really defined in the rule book, and it's really kind of a gut call for an umpire. And it's a close one. It's definitely a close one. But I think what really helped Teoscar, I don't think they show it right here, is it's kind of how you sell it, too. I mean, how quickly he pulled back on it after he did it. It's kind of the illusion of it. So, I mean, he held so firm there, and he pulled back just so quick, and he kept his balance. That's why I think that he was able to get that call. So you know what? I'm making the call. It was a great call. It was the right call. I'm calling it right now. Buehler will never be good in October. Let's see. Let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance. He hasn't been given a long enough chance to truly evaluate what he can be. It was always going to be an uphill climb coming back from that injury. But Rojas' streak, the streak lives, baby. 21-0, and Rojas has done it, has gotten a hit. So jerky too. D-Mac, did you get the Father's Day card I sent you? No, I didn't check my mail, but I will check. Hopefully I did. But what up, Justin Wallace? Lemon 818. Vestia is too very hyper. Homie looks like he is on opiates. I heard someone say, no, man, Vestia's killing it this year. It's all that matters. How about that? Mitchell Hopkins. What up, Mitchell? You the man. Rojas equals undefeated. Yeah, I mean, get a hit. And if Rojas he has to play in the postseason. He gets a hit, they're going to win. If we get a hit in 11 games in the postseason, the Dodgers will be having a parade. So hopefully that is the case. So we got nope, not a swing. And give me your honest take. Give me your honest take. Was it a swing? What is it a swing by Teoscar Hernandez? Let's see if I can get some other angles so you guys can check this out. But let me know down below in the comment section. I think because he was able to stand firm, keep his balance, pulled it back so quickly. I mean, it's just a matter of inches. And a lot of times when the hitter is off balance, that's when it's okay. The momentum is going forward a little too much. And then they get rung up, and then the game's over. But for me, I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call because the Major League Baseball rule book, they don't have an official definition of if a check swing is even a swing at all, right? So it's solely the decision of the umpire to determine either an attempt was made. Was an attempt made by Teoscar Hernandez? I would say no. And typically the rule of thumb is did the bat pass the top of home plate? And in this situation, I mean, look, it's so close. It's so close. And if this is the extent of it, yeah, sure, you could have rung him up for sure, but I think that it's not egregious. I don't think it was ridiculous to think that Teoscar got one, and damn, did he make the most of his opportunity on the next pitch. So then, pulls back, holds it. I mean, the strong wrist, the strong forearms. So I think just really a savvy play there by Teoscar, the great Teoscar Hernandez. So, hey, let's see this one. But a couple more here, guys, and we're going to head out of this one. Give me your fire takes. I want your honest assessment. No homerism, okay? No homerism. Was that a swing by Teoscar Hernandez? Did Buehler think it was a day off? Okay, guys, let's enjoy the win a little bit. Let's not forget Buehler's he's a dog for this organization, okay? Payback for the Smith call. That's a good point. I mean, swelling sausage. Look, not to say that actually was, but look, makeup calls are a thing. They truly are a thing. And that's why it's important when managers are in umpires' ears in certain situations, right? Because you can get into their minds, get into their psyche, and help them make calls on your favor. Carl, you watch it at normal speed. It doesn't look like a swing. He didn't check. That's from Ray Soto. That breaks the plane from Nick Shrunk. Jay Bullitt, I need to see the aerial view. Wasn't a swing from Paul Gutierrez. He did not absolutely made the right call. Coin toss from Joe Rodriguez. Tough to call in real time. I think he did. That's from Alex. At least you're being honest, Alex. But Craig, rookies got strike calls out of the zone. That's a swing. Y'all tripping right now in the chat. Darren Ruff, yeah, Darren Ruff. Darren Ruff, he benefited. We benefited from the Wilmer Flores. Let's see if I can get another angle on the swing here. Because Bud Black, what did Bud Black say? Yeah, Bud Black, I think that he was probably, I'm assuming he was heated after the game. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Bud Black was furious right here. Yeah, it's close. It's definitely close. I mean, I think, though, take of all this, I do think check swings can definitely be reviewable. I think that's definitely something that I'd be absolutely all about too. But it was a coin flip, like you said. It was a 50-50 call right there. Dodgers got a call, and they took advantage, and they blew a 5-run lead in Game 7. But Richard Flores says check swing against us cost us the 21 National League West. But hey, it absolutely did. That was a rough call, to say the least. Buehler looking like Eliezer Hernandez. That's from Nando. Nando with 390. Did Buehler think it was his day off? Okay. So, yeah, guys, couple more here. It's a swing. Go, Tani. Got to go. Yeah, we're going to break this one down full in depth with the angles to keep reliving this one. But, hey, the beauty of all this, Dodgers get their largest comeback victory in the 9th inning in franchise history, and they win by a final score of 11-9. They increase their lead in the National League West over the Diamondbacks now to 9 runs, and your Dodgers get the dub. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, we got Mitchell Hopkins. I'm on another slow pitch softball team. I need a new name. I never got the names. Oh, yeah, we have some. We'll give you those. Trust me. Wait for maybe tomorrow. But me and Tony Taters have been working on some names for you, okay? History tonight, L tomorrow. That's from Alex. Bad calls on it. Yeah, Bobby Miller making his return tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. Clayton Kershaw making a rehab start in Rancho. We'll be back giving you all the Dodgers content 24/7, 365 like we always do. Ohtani home run. Hit a moose. Did we see the Ohtani blast yet? Because the Ohtani blast was crazy.
Fly ball, center field, way up there, way back there, and way out of here. Dead central for Shohei Ohtani. That's number 20 of the season.
5th home run in his last 8 games. An absolute moonshot. Longest home run in Major League Baseball this season. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodger Nation Post Game Show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. By the way, nothing brings together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed.